Okay, well, we've looked at the Toyota 4Runner. Liz, what do you think of the Toyota 4Runner? Besides that, it says TRD and not TRO.
Well, it's been a long time since I was in a new vehicle. It has all the modern conveniences.
Yes,
It's got great visibility.
it does. It's wonderful.
I don't like the gas mileage much.
Well, yeah, but when you get a vehicle that size, you know.
So I guess I would have to, compare a little bit more about his comment. I have never had a four-wheel drive, I don't think. I have all-wheel drive, but not four-wheel drive.
Right.
To see if that's standard for a four-wheel drive, I really just don't know. So I would check that. But, they've been in business a long time,
Yep.
Toyota. And I can tell you that I had a Toyota, and I bought it used. Okay, I bought a Toyota used. After I got done using it, I gave it to my son, my number one son, and he tried to destroy it pretty much.
Yeah.
But I got a few things fixed on it, and then I gave it to a young girl.
Let's see. Which way do we gotta go? We gotta go that way, don't we?
Go straight.
Go straight? Okay.
Yeah. So I gave it to a young girl who was going to college, and she needed the car to go to college. And she drove it for another 7 years. And she long story short, 350,000 miles on this car. Let me just say that again. 350,000 miles on this Toyota that I had. And she just texted me 2 weeks ago to say, it's going to be an $800 head gasket job, and I think we're going to let it go. At 350,000 miles, I think that's a good decision.
And where is she gonna buy a car for $800?
My point is, Toyota makes a hell of a vehicle.
Yes, they are. This is where I have to turn. I don't know where I have to turn.
You're doing fine. Keep going.
You can't get on 51 off of Camelback. You have to get on Highland.
Turn.
Yes.
I need to turn here. Just go around the back. Go back.
Oh man. Oh.
This thing goes around in a big square, so we'll have to cut through the parking lot. My bad.
That's the FJ right there.
That?
Yeah. No. Never mind.
It went down the street.
Yeah, big yellow thing went down the street. Looks like a school bus.
Yeah. I don't know. Why do people want them? Why do they like them so much?
Partly because they've been discontinued, but they were unique in the sense that for the body style and the amenities, but it had the big thing was that it had a really, really bad blind spot. What the fuck are you looking at, buddy? I have to get out of this place.
Yeah. Good idea, Ellie.
It's insane. I need a drink. Well, you gotta wonder what he was looking at when he's backing up. I'm not trying to miss a car, but okay. It was didn't. Here's the sign I was looking for. 51 South.
right, I believe.
No, I have to turn left. Unless I went past my...
Turn right. At that stoplight.
Where are you seeing turn right?
Well, you see the sign that says right lane must turn right?
Yeah.
The sign right after that says 51, and it
Points that way.
to the right.
Okay. I can't see the sign, so we did miss it. Okay.
No, you couldn't get on over there.
So I'm saying the street I was looking for was Highland. So I must have had to turn. I get up. Doesn't matter. We're making it. So I'm concerned about you getting you home by 5:30.
Thank you. So, there will be, you're going to get on at the next light, the left turn, and there's 2 lanes that will get you on. So you can go one of 2 lanes, is what I'm trying to tell you.
So anyway, did you understand the difference between a non-TRD and a TRD?
Somewhat. Different suspension.
The suspension is different. The drive axle has got a locking function on it, so that when you're off-roading, and on this particular model, you can have it set up so it's automatic. And what it does is make sure that both wheels are driving rather than just one, because then it wouldn't be four-wheel drive, would it? So, and then there's if you get the Pro series, it also has a locking front axle, but that's a lot more money. Just the base model starts at $40,000. So,
well, why is a Jeep rated for off-road and a 4Runner is not? You know what I mean? So Jeep advertises.
Because they actually pay to have their Jeeps rated for off-road. They have a badge that says off-road, trail ready or something like that. And, I mean, Jeep's been doing this for a very long time. So has Toyota. So,
maybe analyze what it means to be rated off-road versus not.
Well, I think it's one of those things that Jeep uses to charge more money, to be honest. I mean, I'm not kidding, I went and looked at the Jeep, the base Jeep, and I mean, it's crank windows and AM FM radio.
But about the things that we talked about, the locking front wackadoo and the locking back wackadoo and the water sealed wackadoos and the suspension being blah blah blah. And
the Jeep doesn't have any of that unless you upgrade. So you're looking at, that's what I'm saying, if you buy the Rubicon, which is a $50,000, well, it starts at $40,000, and it comes with the locking stuff and whatnot. And then it goes up.
You're losing this lane. This guy's gonna.
There's nothing I can do about it. They were losing their lane. They required turn signals. The 4Runner and a Jeep are comparable in the sense that they achieve the same goal. But do you want to do it with power door locks and power windows and a power driver's seat, or would you rather do it, old school and still pay the same kind of amount of money, basically? Some of the advantages to buying the Jeep, for instance, is you can put bigger tires on it without having to make any major modifications. You can see, what else can you do to it? Well, there's no power window. Yeah, like you said, you have to upgrade. And in a real off-road vehicle, do you want power windows? I mean, if you're going to be out rock crawling and banging around and stuff, you're just going to break them anyway. So,
on the Jeep, I noticed you could take off pretty much the entire shell, and you would have no roof and no doors. You
Yep.
could even take the windshield off.
yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, the Jeep has always been that way. That series of Jeeps, the Wrangler series. There are Jeeps that you can't do that to. So that's one of the few. That's what I'm saying. It's truly rated off-road. It really is an off-road vehicle, and driving it sometimes on the road, where I will be doing a lot of driving on the road and doing some off-road. So, but my big concern is if I go out, I can't. This car just can't cut it. I mean, I can't even pull off the shoulder of the road. So, because there are no shoulders, as you well know. There's just like ditches and whatnot. So, see, that's a Jeep Wrangler. It's a real grand version. Oh my God. So,
You know, when I was younger, on my bucket list was to own a red Jeep.
really,
So yeah, so there's something somewhat mythical about Jeeps. They're
Yes.
romantical, and it's just not as sexy to say, "Oh, I've always wanted to own a 4Runner."
right.
I've always wanted to own a Jeep, because you equate Jeep, it's compact, and you can strip off all the shell, like I was saying, and so you could run with the wind in your hair and go into amazing places and take photographs where no man has gone before, or something like that.
Well, the Jeep Wrangler, the one that we looked at, is almost the same size as the 4Runner. So,
Well, I'm talking about my bucket list.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not talking about yours.
oh, okay. I see. Is that how this works? No, it sounds like you think I should buy the Jeep.
I don't think you'd be happy with it, because the number of times you're going to be able to off-road versus the number of times you're just going to be in the vehicle doing errands
Right.
it's not comfortable to me for just regular street driving.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Jeep.
if I was a hardcore off-roader, I could see buying the Jeep. But it's not something I'm going to do every day. I'm going to do it on the weekends, maybe, or I might go camping. Well, the 4Runner will take me camping in style. You know, so. But most places, the 4Runner should do just fine. And you need the Jeep if you're going to do serious, hardcore rock crawling, and you know, just for the thrill of doing it. And that's not really what I have in mind, is to be out spending my day crawling around on rocks at 1 mile an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's like I'd rather drive up there, you know. So, I'd be able to pull my car off to the side of the road and not worry about it sinking into the mud. So I can go take a picture, or 2 or 3 or 4. What's happening over there?
The one with the flag.
Yeah.
That's called Trovia Castle. Trovia Castle. And it belongs to the City of Phoenix Parks and Recs Department. I've never been in it. It was built, I believe, like in the 30s, 20s or 30s, by a fella for his fiancée.
No joke.
Did you know that's why the Taj Mahal was built?
Yes.
So that's our Taj Mahal.
Oh, okay.
I've never been in it. Just never got around to it. However, we're gonna. Did we already pass it? get off the 202 and it's like one exit away, or I mean one block away from the exit. Pueblo Grande was built by the indigenous population here back in like the 1500s. So they've preserved it, and the dwelling, there's a series of dwellings there. It's kind of cool to go visit because not only do you get to look at it and go inside of it, but it's educational. Well, who were these people? What were they doing here? What's the significance of how it's positioned and how it aligns with their beliefs? And just, you know, I like anthropology, I guess. I probably would have been fun to have that hobby as an anthropologist.
Okay.
I like learning about people. So over on our right-hand side, you're passing a mountain. It's hardly a mountain, but a mountain, it means that this is ASU territory, Arizona State University. And it's called A Mountain because it has a big A on it. So if you're in a frat house, there's something about you have to hike to the top or run to the top or whatever because you're in rush week or something like that. So
Oh, okay.
I've also gone there and watched the 4th of July fireworks, so that is brutally hot. Hot, hot, hot. I graduated from ASU about 1 million years ago.
Nope. See, there's a Jeep Patriot. Patriot. That's a front-wheel drive car. You know it says Jeep. Maybe also have an all-wheel version of it too. But would you want to go off-roading in that? Would you want to take a chance?
You know, I tell you, I went off-roading in what we called Uncle Doug specials. It's my friend Doug and Sandy, and he is the consummate, talk about out-of-the-way nooks. Holy crow.
As a matter of fact, you said you were going to
Yeah, I will.
talk to him so that I could talk to him.
So I went off-roading with Uncle Doug a couple of times, and no, it's not my cup of tea. We would drive for probably an hour down a dirt washboard road, right?
Yeah.
To get somewhere that we could. I'm pretty sure we just did hiking, although he does canoeing too. But we would just do hiking, and so there's no real trail while you're hiking. It's very grown in and rocky and uncomfortable as all get out, and you're not getting out of there for at least 8 hours. Let me just say that.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, then you got to get back to the car in this big loop you do, and go back another hour on this washboard dirt road. It's like, you know what? I'll watch it on TV.
Yeah, that's not my idea either. So.
But that's an Uncle Doug special. You are going somewhere where nobody's gone before.
Well, if I can't drive there, I ain't going. So I don't walk very
Drew
far.
remembers those very vividly.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't get around that well, so anything I can do about it, you know, just. But I mean, I love the beautiful architecture of Arizona.
We went to, I think it's called Black Bear Creek. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called, Black Bear Creek. It's in Arizona. It's up in the northeast corner-ish, I believe. And it's got a waterfall and pools of water, and it's fabulous. I mean, but it is so remote.
Yeah. See, the problem I have with the Toyota 4Runner is that it's classified as, well, so is the Jeep actually, it's classified as an SUV, sports utility vehicle.
As opposed to?
Well, a Jeep is a Jeep is a Jeep. And yet, you know, that's what I'm saying is that if you're not holding an off-road or four-wheel classification on a vehicle, how do you know what you're buying? I mean, not kidding. I looked at every major manufacturer, and they're all going to all-wheel drive, and they got 6 inches of ground clearance, and you know, how the hell are you supposed to get around any place? okay. I'm just babbling. I don't understand. The point is that everything's being called an SUV nowadays.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So.
Okay, so a sedan. I went from an SUV to a sedan. So a sedan is 4 doors and you don't really have to climb up into it. Whereas you have the SUV as opposed to a truck, which has an open bed. So if you enclose it, now you have an SUV.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, well, there you go. So you either have a sedan or a truck or an SUV. I'm not sure there's anything else left.
Well, yeah.
I guess you could have a sports car, which only has 2 doors, and
that's called a coupe.
Yeah.
And you have a convertible. So.
Well, there you go.
So, but you can get a convertible for.
Most people, if you look around at the cars, I mean, if you just counted cars from now to the next mile, how many people on this road have a truck or SUV versus a sedan? It's significant.
Oh yeah, that's like I have a sedan, which is great when I was living in Illinois, but out here, it's terribly impractical. Because you got flash floods, you can't get over from here to there. It's just, I mean, if you're staying on the interstate and you stay on the highway, the sedan is fine. It works great, and I get 30 miles to the gallon in this thing. You know, but if I want to do anything other than drive on the interstate, this is not the vehicle.
You know what?
What?
I like the interstate. The interstate is my friend.
No, it's my friend.
I like staying in hotels. That's where I'm at these days.
Yeah, but I like to go take pictures.
Well, I take pictures of bridges and signs and flags and architecture. Just, you know, there you go. I had such a hoot. I did a cross-country trip a couple of years ago. And I'd be driving down the road like this, and I'd see something coming up. I'm like, okay, I got to be able to take this picture and drive at the same time. So I'm steering with my knees, and I get my camera up, and I get a great photo. In fact, one time I remember I turned the camera around, and I said, okay, I'm leaving Colorado, and I had the picture behind me. But that was fun because it was the story of the trip.
Right.
And I had a great bridge maybe that I'd take a picture of, or
well, that's what I was describing.
Skylines, you know, things like that.
Like all our bridges are artwork. You know, I mean, every place else you go, they're just gray concrete. Not here. You know, they landscape it. You know, it's just it's gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, as long as you're in the air conditioning. Although today isn't bad. I'm telling you, it was 100 degrees. It's not bad. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's not bad for this place.
Well, that's the advantage for the Jeep. On a nice day, you can take all the doors and tops off, and you know, go out there and.
We haven't. This coming week is supposed to be really bad, but
yeah,
the days that have been, or maybe I just don't pay attention, but the days that have been over 110, there haven't been that many. It doesn't seem like it to me, but again, I haven't really.
No, we've only had a few. And so it hasn't been real bad, but it just happened to happen when we went into, because we went from fairly moderate weather to 100-degree weather in like less than 3 days. I mean, it just went reefer. And so that was uncomfortable. And then it stayed the same pretty much until we hit the monsoons. And then all of a sudden it's going from right around 100 to 110, 111, 100.
When the cloud cover is, the monsoon and the cloud cover kind of go to, did you want to exit here, by the way?
Yes. Oh no, this is Gilbert. We want to go to.
Yeah, that's lame.
We want to go to. I guess I'm driving to my house. I'm not driving to your house.
When you have the monsoon and the cloud cover, one of the things I noticed is it keeps the temperature lower.
Yes.
Now there's a lot more humidity in the air, but the sun isn't burning you, and the temperature's overall lower, probably around 100, 105. And so we have the monsoon all the way till like the middle of September. Then the monsoon dissipates, and you have the last 2 weeks of September and most of October, all of October, and it's back to 110 again. And just when you think, oh, summer's going to end early.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, right now I'm getting around 29 to 30 miles to the gallon this thing. I get the cruise.
And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to be happy when you figure out how much gas is going to... But then you don't drive that much anyway. But you're not going to be happy with 18 miles per gallon.
Oh, no, it's 20 on the highway. Here's the thing. This thing only gets 18 or 19 around town. They get half. Well, a little bit better than half. But, I mean, it doesn't get good mileage around town. It's terrible. You know. So, and like you said, most of my driving so far, you know, 90% of it, 99% of it right now is around town. So, going to the grocery store. Going to Jack in the Box to get tacos.
Those aren't tacos.
They are.
No, they are not.
They're tacos for me.
No, they're
yes,
not.
They are. Not going
I don't
back
know
to
what
that,
they are, but they're not tacos.
I'm not going back to that restaurant where they were $12 for a burrito. Oh, insane. When Mike and Sandy were here, we went to that Mexican restaurant.
Oh, gosh. Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
They have good food.
It was okay. I've had better. So, but I like Jack in the Box tacos.
Yeesh.
Yeesh is right, but you know, I like them. Especially if you keep them overnight and then you nuke them, they get real rubbery, like, you know. So very tastes very much like corn. So.
All right.
And now it says it's 36 miles to get. 37. 38. Going downhill. 39. 41. So, yes, this car gets very good gas mileage on the road.
By the way, if you want, I just picked up fresh made tamales. If you want to take 6 of them home.
Sure. Absolutely. Have something for dinner.
There's a friend of mine who I swear is the best Mexican food cook I've ever experienced. And she called me up 2 days ago and said, "Hey, I'm making tamales. How many do you want?" So I got 3 dozen.
Are the beef ones or the chicken ones?
The beef. I don't like the chicken ones.
Yeah, the chicken ones I don't like either. I've tried both. Remember when we bought some and we split them? Chicken ones? Yeah, we each took half of each. Yeah, the chicken ones were no bueno. And I don't know if it's the chicken or the spicing that she's putting in it. I really can't tell, but just didn't like it. But the beef ones were really good. So. Oh, that was weird. Huh. It's been stuck in a rut or something.
So what year is your car here?
2011. With 20,000, just about 21,000 miles on it.
Oh, that's pretty low mileage.
Yep. So over to the left here, this is Falcon Field, which has got all kinds of neat stuff. Airplane ones. We have a museum down here. Airplane museum. What's that called?
Commemorative Air Force Museum.
There you go. Oh, we got house.
I'll have to bring the baby down here and show him what a cow looks like. Because, I mean, he's only look at them in books. So
You gotta get him to move so he knows that it's a cow. Just point at it, little cow.
I really want to get one of those seats for the back of my bicycle. I want to go down the canal,
Yeah.
which is, a dirt embankment, and I don't want to take him in his little stroller because it would take me forever to make that trek. But there's ducks down there, so I wanted to take him for a walk or a ride, as the case may be. So I just have not gotten myself organized to go get a little doodah for the bike where he could sit in there, put a helmet on, and I'll take him for a ride.
Strap an umbrella above him so he doesn't get sunburned.
Well, and that's the other part is it's way too hard to do it right now, but in about 2 months, let's see, it's August. Okay, maybe 3 months.
Long stoplight, jeez. Down. So it's really interesting. As much as this, you see the shaking, it actually has image stabilization, and it takes almost all those bumps out.
Oh.
Very impressive. It actually works.
Who does stabilization? The phone itself?
The phone itself, yes. It has electronic circuitry in it to stabilize the image. So it works quite well. And for you, Gary, I did clean my windshield, even though you probably can't tell it, but I did, inside and out. So Gary is one of my subscribers. We commit once in a while on Discord. Is that your phone or my phone?
Yours.
Oh, okay. I wonder what it didn't like. Something. Did I run out of memory?
Probably. It sounds like it shut off. That's what it sounded like.
No, it says it's still recording. So, maybe it's overheating. Because it gets pretty warm. So, but we're almost done. Get you back to your hacienda.
Yeah, you did good because it's 5 o'clock.
Just about. Gives you an hour. By your entrance here.
Okay, well, you're gonna pass a surface street, and it's called Hackamore. The street sign's coming up just now. It's the next turn in after Hackamore.
Ah, okay.
So about 1,000 feet from now. And here. Woo. Another cue in my crossword puzzle today was bugs on the road. Bugs, B-U-G-S, bugs on the road, or bug on the road. And what do you think that you wouldn't know, but I figured it out. It was a beetle. Get it? A VW beetle.
Oh!
They're tricky, those guys that do
yes,
crosswords.
they are.
Beetle.
So do you have any final thoughts on the 4Runner versus the Jeep?
Well, hands down, 4Runner. It's. I would never buy an American car. Never. Never. Sorry.
It's just because they're a slip shot and...
They don't have it. They just don't have it. I would never buy an American car.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you. So, there's a 4Runner right there if your neighbor has one. How about that, huh? All right.
Great lady die.
So, I guess I'm
Look at the little baby quail. How cute.
Yep.
Come on. Look at that.
So,
Right by his mama. That's funny because I counted 5 of them when I pulled out earlier today. I stopped and I said, wow, look at all the quail. And there was about 5 babies running behind her, just like that. Okay, well, what happened to the rest of them? Maybe that's a different family.
Could be.
But interesting.
Okay, let's go get some tamales.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Well, you heard her last comment. She would never buy American. So... 4Runners are really big out here too. So I even looked at Nissan, as a matter of fact, and they really don't have a four-wheel drive vehicle. They have an all-wheel drive vehicle, and it's not designed for off-roading. So it's not to say you couldn't take it off-roading, but it's not designed for it. So, and there happens to be a series, or Gen 5 Toyota Club in the area, so which I found really interesting. So boys and girls, moms and dads, and children of all ages. That's the trip to Camelback Mountain, Camelback Toyota, meeting the salesman, Dave. So I do like the 4Runner, I have to tell you. Driving it again, I'm not kidding, it's, other than I'm sitting, it's like driving this car almost. I just sit higher, you know? And it was that nice. And it bounces a little bit, but it's not bad. It weighs, you know, a few hundred pounds more, about 500 pounds more than a Tacoma does. It's the same frame, resprung, apparently, or something. Not exactly sure how they do that, but anyway. So, well, it'll be interesting to see what my viewers have to think about Toyota 4Runners. I was going to videotape the test drive and stuff, but I didn't know how the salesman would feel about it, and, you know, usually you got to get permission and all that kind of stuff, so I decided not to do it. And you can go to toyota.com and look for 4Runner TRD off-road, which is the one I'm looking at, not the TRD Pro. So, and he had a price written down of $36,676, I think it was. So, and there's going to be $1,000 off, so I take it down to $35,000. Trying to obey the speed limit. I've noticed a number of cops hanging out in this area, so I'm trying not to speed. Does somebody else get the tickets, right? That's what I always say. So you got to meet my sister. Well, sort of. I guess I didn't take a picture of her. Or did I? Don't know. Well, you got to hear from my sister. Tell me what you think, guys. Do I go with the 4Runner and so I can drive to places to go off-road, or like if I want to drive to Tennessee to see my brother, it'd be a nice vehicle, got very good gas mileage, but hey, most of the stuff I do is around town, under 50 miles an hour, so. Oh, here we go, back into the sun. Ah, it's blinding me. hacienda. And my sister just gave me 6 tamales, and they're very, very good. The beef ones are. So I am going to have tamales for dinner tonight. Which I'll probably regret in a few hours, but nevertheless, I'm having tamales. These are homemade from scratch tamales. So I've had them before. They are really, really good. So, alright, here we are. Good old Brentwood. Okay, dipstick, let's go. Alright, guys. I'll see you the next time around. Ta-ta!